is if you're playing a best of 3 and you lose the first map to a brand of unrecognizable Counter-Strike to you, usually you can adjust in the second and third map, right? But when you're playing best of 1 games, it can take you a whole half before, like you might not even realize, and in the second half you're playing on the other side, so then whatever adjustments you've made might not even be applicable anymore. Yeah. It can really spiral out of control. I obviously still think North are going to win, but if this turns into a closer game than maybe most people think, that probably is where you have to look for the explanation. Team Spirit are going to be... Hold on. This is the other way around. Oh, they're starting on the CT side. And North are going to be on the T side. It's perfect.
Everything's all good. Your eyes are not broken. Well, kind of.
They are, but...
Soft pick pushing up. Oh, that's what we're talking about. Right there. AZ not ready for that whatsoever. Just a rush from the CT side. And this is just they're taking shots all across the map. And actually, Davkov's going to find one as well. He's going to wrap around, try and stop him from getting up above. But there's action everywhere. And all of a sudden, North has turned it. They've won everything from here. It's just Coldie and Dima. Valda, low HP. This is still... in hand, first Team Spirit. They can come back from this.
Yeah, they can. It looked like they had absolutely straight won that round, fighting relentlessly outside, but it turned around quickly with that double kill from Nico, making a big difference. And now North have decided, wait a minute, there's an objective at the end of this round involving that bomb plant. Dima, good position for him, can hear almost everything that's going on. Will have called in that window getting blown out, and Coldie trying to reposition coming down the ramp in a couple of seconds. The bomb being planted behind the silo, so can't really stop that from happening. But that door open though gave away a lot of the game. Already realizing one of the players is now Coldie's the only one that's currently just slightly occult, walking in and hoping to find somebody before he has to reveal himself. Dima gonna just walk up to the bomb, and they're waiting for North. They're just so patient on the other side. Nico with another kill, and they close the door, not to avoid any kind of a draft, but just to make sure that no one is going to be able to take any shots. Moses. It's 1-0 in favor of North, and they just hold on nicely.
The tough part about that, I mean, it was a good recovery for North, because remember, that was a 3-on-5 at one point, some great aggression from Team Spirit, but the tough part about that is if you're going to come out with that style, as if this is the story we're going to go with, that if Spirit wants to win, it's going to have to be something unconventional, something surprising that catches North off guard. Well, you just did it in the pistol round, but you need to capitalize on it. That's the big thing, is being able to not only do something surprising, but win rounds based off of it. And here you get the opening kills, and you cause a lot of havoc, and you cause a lot of confusion, but you can't close out the round, and that's going to be painful. So North that's going to help them, understand a little bit of what's happening and then figure things out as well. It does look like we have a technical timeout.
Love those, especially if they're exciting.
I can tell you a funny story about Nico from the after party.
Yeah? Go on.
It is from the after party, so I have to be a little bit careful.
I was going to say, this is already a...
No, it's not that bad. It's not that bad. It involves me, so it's
okay, self-deprecating.
Yeah, self-deprecating to a degree. I mean, I'd had a couple bevies, as we say.
Some soda?
Yeah, and I'd stepped aside at one point during the after party, just, check the phone, get to a table all by your lonesome, have a minute yourself, not saying hi to the people. And Nico had walked up to me, and for whatever reason, I didn't necessarily it didn't register in my head that it was Nico.
Right.
I just thought it was just some kid walking up to me that I just didn't know who it was. And obviously later on 10 seconds later it kind of struck me that this was Nico, but he just did that thing where he acted like he was gonna come part my hair. And I was just who's this random kid reaching out to me trying to pet my head? And it was just the weirdest encounter in the world. And I just looked at him he'd lost his mind. I did feel a little bit bad, but it was all because it just didn't register as fast as it probably should have.
Have you talked to him about this afterwards? Did you catch him later and say, hey, listen, by the way,
No, we straightened it up afterwards.
Okay. That's good news, I suppose.
Yeah, but for about 10 to 15 seconds, I was just
I feel like this is just
happening?
A great view into the world of a bald person, Moses. The kind of challenges you have to face.
The things I have to deal with.
The kind of stuff you have to overcome. People trying to pet you in public. It's just all weird.
It has oddly happened. I get that at every event, People just walk up hey, can I rub your head? And I'm that is such a weird question to ask someone you don't know.
So if you're showing up, if you've got tickets already for the FACEIT Major, do you know what the plan is then?
Yeah, that's a good point. I did just kind of screw myself over, didn't I?
He loves it secretly.
What a weird... Can I pet your head? No. 1-0.
Oh man. Well, yeah, I'd love to keep going down that line. I really would, but we've been interrupted by the game, which is now back. Spirit losing the pistol in spite of some pretty interesting aggression, and now blowing up the door and running straight out. This is something you can do when you know the enemy team is not going to have any grenades on the other side, the CT side defending. Later on, it becomes more of a problem though when there's going to be Molotovs in front and everything else. But I kind of like this call from North anyway. AZ holding over the Mac 10. They've got two people very low, and they're holding for the bomb plant. Fire, a lot of fire on top.
Scout gonna drop down on Davkos and Sotfik outside, and they're just gonna bail out. So yeah, nice win from North. Even AZ and Nico a little bit low. They should be fine, but I don't think North is gonna be able to take these weapons away. 2-0 now. What do you think the score is going to be? We had, what, 16-12 from Alex, we had 16-8 from Sponge, and we have 16-5 from Daps.
I'm gonna go with 16-1 in favor of North. It's gonna be rocking them.
All right, it's gonna be that bad.
Yeah, I don't know why one instead of 0 really. I can't really justify that answer in any way.
You got to expect like straight up luck. You'll just luck one round into your favor, right?
Yeah. One awkward round where somebody bumps into each other and it goes horribly wrong.
2-0.
Yeah, and I mean another round here where they can't really do much of anything. So expectations are low.
I'm really interested to see the first gun round out of Team Spirit of, like, are they going to do something, crazy once they have those M4s, like push up outside, push in towards HUD, whatever it might be, or are they going to stay, kind of try and play it a little bit more standard? Are we going to see any kind of a plan out of them, or was it literally going to be this is kind of Team Spirit not super experienced on this map and maybe going for like a pug style?
Ooh, a lot of people peeking. He must be feeling slightly uncomfortable. You can't just call him for backup again. They can't really get rid of him in that corner, but yeah, now they're all showing up. And Coldy and SDY going to be the last ones left. The Desperate are arguing about whether or not where that name came from is like a metal band, but I was given an immediate association to the Good Die Young, like D12 kind of rap kind of thing. You don't know anything about rap, but it's a good track anyway. I
know a little bit about D12.
Alright, good stuff. Round number 4 now going to be coming in, and we'll see. There's some weird weapons being picked up. Why are we seeing the Scout and the MP9 when they finally have rifles? I'm so confused. Oh, it gives them more utility.
Maybe it was a misbuy of some sort? Maybe he dropped, I don't know. Yeah, I couldn't tell you. Either way, yeah, the utility for SDY, that one makes sense. The Scout is the one that's making me scratch my head. He's got 1,300 left in the bank after that Scout purchase. We'll see. It's one of those typical, like, dodgeballs. It's a bold strategy. See how it plays out for him.
Very, very bold. I mean, this is the first big chance you have of making an impact in the Best of 1. And being on the CT side of Nuke, you've really got to make this one work. The classic wall of smokes allowing North to cover behind there and just get down towards Secret. Random shots being put through. Got to be a bit quicker than this. I mean, that smoke is going to go up any second now. You don't want to get caught when it's just fading.
That smoke is going to indicate aggression in towards HUD for AZ. He's about to get caught if he's not careful. Nades out in his hands. They haven't pushed all the way through. Now he should be able to hear the footsteps. He's not ready for it. Probably communicating. His teammates are wrapping around below. Dima is waiting. This is going to be a tough take at this lower bomb site. Nico looks like he's going to open the doors and look for this exact position. But all the meanwhile, the longer this takes, the more people are going to rotate in. And there's Sotfik. He comes down, 2 kills, and there's Dima. That's perfect. And MSL, he's feeling lonely inside of the vents, and he can take some guns away. I think that's the only important thing that he can do from here. 30 seconds.
Yeah, there really is not much hope outside of that. So just going to be crouching on in. I think he did get spotted. Good enough kill there on Dima, but Davkos with the Scout will take care of him. And he's going to swap out for an M4. So actually they steal the AK as well. What a great upgrade round there for Team Spirit. 3-1, and I don't mind all of the initial start there from North. I really hate it when people are holding 1 or 2 people in lobby in this, on the T side. I think it's such an easy way to get overwhelmed. There are 3 entrants in the lobby. If you have 1 or 2 people there, that's just, someone having to hold 2 angles. Doesn't always work that well.
lobby crutches can be effective if surprising, and we're going to get another technical timeout, it looks like, or at least a restart of the round. Both teams sticking around in spawn. So that's cool. First gun round. I would love to hear the logic behind those buys from the Spirit guys at some point. The buy of the Scout when you have 1,300 left.
Yeah, I don't... I believe it could have been a mistake. Maybe we'll just accept that for now. And
yeah, it could have been just been a mistake.
Yeah. But yeah, what a great way to begin with your Spirit. That fourth round, I mean, you always knew you're going to be under so much pressure, and then they lost like 1 or 2 people in that round, and that was it.
Yep.
So great, yeah, they lost 2, so good job.
Upgrade to some AKs, upgrade to the AWP as well. Well done for Spirit. They're on the board early. Going to be a really tough map for them all over. North is not bad on this map by any stretch of the imagination. North is very good on it.
Yeah, they are. But as the desk was saying, Spirit are like 5-2 or something. I don't know. They seem to have been on a good run on this map. So
cool.
We might be against lesser competition.
I was going to say it's going to be against different.
But I mean, I guess it could still give them like even just having the feeling that this is a map that we could do pretty good on could make a difference, right? So yeah. That's not too bad at all. Just to bring it back to the after party scenario, now that we're waiting for the tech issues, I actually regularly have this problem in esports just because there are so many people involved and they come from so many different companies, and you run into them sometimes like once every other year. You'll run into somebody who's a representative of some company that you haven't seen for a long time, and I'm already not good with names in general, and especially not if I'm in the right environment. So a lot of the time people come to talk to me, and they talk to me. You can tell from the way people talk to you that they remember who you are, but you have no idea who they are. So you just have to sort of pretend, because you can't say, "Oh yeah, I can't remember you." So you have to just keep pretending. That happens to me regularly, and it's always a bit awkward.
Or you could just get it out of the way right at the start, so you don't have to keep pretending.
Yeah, but then I feel like I've somehow
insulted them.
Yeah, it doesn't feel quite right. I probably should do that.
Yeah.
So listen, I have no idea who you are. Just
well, you could phrase it a little bit better, right? You could pretty up that statement.
How? What's the?
Just say, listen, I remember talking to you last year. I remember having this conversation, but I just can't recall your name at the moment. Can you just something easy like that? You're making it more difficult on yourself, Anders.
Next time I'll call for you, Moses. I'll say, help me out.
Yeah, that would definitely be a good idea.
Be my caretaker at the after party.
Yeah, you do need one of those. You might just hire somebody. The technical pause is because of just a keyboard issue. One of the players' keyboards stopped working.
Yeah, that's happened to me a couple of times. Just for no good reason.
Well, I mean, you probably I imagine you're someone who just rage hits your keyboard.
I really don't. I had this problem, and I've probably told this story before, but the thing that I had to overcome in 1.6 really, in terms of team play, was not complaining about rounds that had already been lost like 5 rounds ago. Because I'd be one of those players that would sort of like, but if we could have won that round.
Just like passive aggressive daggers into your teammates' backs.
Exactly.
You are the worst, the absolute worst.
Yeah, nobody likes that, so I had to cut that out. Eventually I learned.
3-1 in the favor of North, but Team Spirit is on the board of the first gun round as we've gotten into this best of 1. 0-1 teams, and it would be kind of a scary prospect of the reigning DreamHack Masters champions to go 0-2 in the challenger stage of the major. That'd be wild to think about.
Yeah, nobody wants to see that.
Imagine the pressure being on you if you're North and that happens.
I mean, yeah, I think it certainly would get to them. I think they, from an organizational point of view as well, probably are expecting that they can make it all the way past and maybe even into the playoffs, considering that result. That's a lot of shots coming through the smoke. They can't really see what they're shooting at, but they are connecting really well. And now Coldy's down here, ready for somebody to cross. Instant headshot. He doesn't actually have to keep fighting this. He can fall back a bit further. Goes for more fighting and almost comes up with a triple.
Molotov into the vents from Volda to present the rotation, but they've got to get in first. I'm not even sure they have what it takes. That's perfect. A missed shot from Davkos. They needed that. Now has an angle on a low HP player. Nico is the one with the bomb, and he hasn't been able to get in. AZ's going to have to be aggressive. Nico can't really do anything, and there it is. He goes down, and now a desperate situation. Davkos still gaining information for his team. And North has got to be wondering where to go. There's the timing. Nicely done from Davkos, and he's going to pick up the final two.
I mean, it's not much of a pattern because we've only seen it for 2 rounds, but North, they get down into this bomb site and then they don't really know how to move past that point, right? They just don't have enough control of ramp, and they also don't have any smokes to even go for a bomb plant.
I think this time it would have been okay. They just lost, I mean, obviously losing 2 players there, that's really rough to deal with. And then, yeah, obviously not having a smoke as well is a bit tough, but overall, yeah, if they can improve upon that and at least get the plan and get out of the bomb site, that was a great hold down lower, great spam, great amount of damage done to 2 players before North ever really had a chance to return it. So Molotov's out, here we go. KRB going to lead the way in towards mini. There's a fat split toward the upper bomb site. They handle it so well, it's already over.
Yeah, really well done. Can be really hard to hold that mini push when somebody drops off the roof like that, but they were absolutely prepared. So great job tying up the scoreline at 3-3. Moses, it looks like I'm not going to be winning that bottle of room temperature water after all.
I think you're going to be upset that you didn't, that you claimed you didn't actually pick Spirit. You know?
Yeah, but it's on. I still get credit for it. It's on broadcast. It's a win-win for me.
Win-win. 3-3.
I don't like this. The way that MSL is looking at the screen right now. So
no, it does feel like they've just been punched in the gut, doesn't it?
Yeah, maybe it feels like that too.
Like
timeout.
Welcome back to Earth. Like just crashing back down.
Just all fun and games in Stockholm. Just
yeah, MSL looking like simple with the op.
Yeah, whatever's going on there, they need to rediscover it again.
Yeah, bring back the magic.
It has to be soon. There's really not much downtime, so
the early timeout certainly feels like a little it's got to make you feel uncomfortable. That North already feels a little bit stumped. Maybe it's just one of those timeouts where it's like, all right, everyone shut up, no one talk. Just kind of find your center. Everyone calm down. Get focused. Sotfik is like a pixel away from spotting KRB.
I was gonna say, and there's not much backup for Sotfik out here, so if he gets that kill, he's gonna have to go right afterwards. He actually blocks the grenade with his model. That's pretty impressive. Coming around the corner, almost a double spray down on the high ground here. Sotfik's just controlling this very well. Could have definitely been a double kill. Val down to 1 health, but still, that does stop North quite a bit. Now they have to worry about all the rest of his yard, and KRB's gone down to Davkos, so it's not looking good.
No, it could have even been a triple if he'd completed that on Volda and hit the headshot on the boosted player. Yeah, on ifs, but very, very close for Sotfik. A very nice attempt, and yet, I mean, there's just not a whole lot of options available. The bomb is dropped outside at red box, and Volda can't do anything with 1 HP. You have to let someone else take up the mantle. They've gotten AZ out of the squeaky door inside of the smoke, but he can't really go anywhere until it clears. And they know that this possibility exists. Still no one gone to meet up with Volda outside. 30 seconds left on the clock, and somehow they have to get the bomb and traverse all the way back towards the inner bomb site.
AZ not checking mini. It's going to get him shot in the back. I mean, it's very hard to check all the corners coming into a bomb site like that. Nico looking for an opening, and he's only going to get the one, and Valda knows that is pretty much the end. He was relying heavily on the rest of the team to be able to do something in that round, so another round, 4 in a row for Team Spirit, and no bomb plants either for North here. I mean, it's not like they're not really close rounds.
Yeah, I mean, we were wondering what this defense was going to look like from Team Spirit. All of a sudden, it's looking great. Initial craziness of the pistol round has calmed down, and Spirit's been able to win just a couple standard ones just by solid play. And the money's going to start growing as well. 3 players pretty high up. Dav, Cost, and Dima and SDY don't need to repurchase. And here we go. Another buy from North. Around that AK-47, a half buy as they get the CZs down to about 1,500 to 2,000. Uh-oh.
Yeah, I think it is kind of that kind of moment. They've already had the timeout. They've had some time to digest what's going on, but now we need answers, and maybe the ramp rush is it. Oh my god, the headshot lineup from Dima. I need to see that replay. That happened incredibly quickly. That must have been just perfect. Just It's like Tetris, Moses. He just connected 3 of them and they all disappeared.
That's perfect. That is great. That's what that angle provides you. And actually, it looked like he had the missed timing, but the re-peek into it, he had a teammate over towards Horseshoe as well. Yeah, that's sick. They walk right into it, and finally that AK-47 is able to come into play. They had no chance whatsoever. None of them looking in that direction. 5-2-3. More AKs coming out for North, and another tactical timeout. That's 2 in the first 8 rounds, Anders, or 9 rounds, I guess it would be.
Things are looking a bit awkward at the moment, and they.
Everyone's quiet. Who's Valda? I can see Valda and MSL now kind of chirping in, even KRB a little bit. So some ideas flowing.
What's up with Denmark today? Astralis earlier, now.
Yeah.
Now this.
Well, Astralis recovered.
They did, but
which was important, which was good to see. It does seem to be slow starts for the Danish teams to a certain degree. And Astralis had that big win against Complexity as well earlier.
It's good news for Optic. They can't get any slower, so they
we get to see them next, don't we?
Yeah, I think so.
There's the push. KRB not even able to hold that. That is weird to have KRB miss in that fashion.
They're going to throw a lot of Molotovs in here, but none of them are actually going to touch anyone. So there's going to be one for the Rafters, one for the hut, and no Spirit members are currently in those positions. It still helps in the sense that you have to check those positions, and they're cool Molotovs and all, but ultimately won't make a difference. Oh, it actually lands on the low ground. Really cool stuff, but still instant smoke. And Sotfik going to be taking down MSL, AZ, going down through the vent.
Oh no, the bomb is actually down at the end of ramp.
Yeah.
They are in some trouble. That Molotov is put out with smoke, but I think it's going to really scare them away from going for this. There is a gap in it. Going to follow up smoke from Nico. Is there going to be a timing for Dima to spam through, or Sotfik? He's looking for any indication. He just taps once. All that Molotov goes out as well, and Nico dodges close to everything. Volda provides an opening in the back, but he's traded off by Coldy. And North battling to get any inch, and they keep losing just a player here and there along the way. AZ's going to have to come up vents, and they're both going to be bottlenecked in this choke point.
Yeah, very hard to make it around the corner. And even if they do, there are going to be more people waiting. Davkost taking away the bomb once again. He wishes he wasn't on the ladder. Making the headshot. Beautiful one click to take away Davkost. Still so much work to be done on 12 health. He's going to go down to Coldy 6-3.
I don't like the fact that North has gone away from their kind of outside presence. I think they need to return to that with those AK-47s. They need to be able to establish some success in that location. That is just a weird fight that you don't see KRB miss very frequently. Maybe some frustration coming in, and MSL, the only player coming through that smoke. Not sure if that was miscommunicated, but as we always know on this map, and the key to it, as the other Danish team has shown us, is establish success outside, and you can build upon that in every different location. So North cannot shy away from that this early in the half. Oh, God.
Wow. It's a great wall of smokes. But
that's every smoke, isn't it?
Yeah, pretty much. They've got one left for the bomb plant, though, on KRB. But that is a lot of damage from a grenade. Dima could get caught if he sticks around, but he gets back around the silo just in time. They're going to be rushing in on him, just crouching and waiting and hoping for backup quickly. MSL will take him down. And now it's a 4-on-5. The bomb going down. North weirdly in this round, but they only have pistols. Actually looks like they got one of the best chances to maybe convert another round into a win here and get the fourth one on the board. MSL jumping around the corner, taking down Davkost. More training following up, and tries to see if he could outsmart Sotfik, who's been playing a pretty good game right now, so not easy at all, but still pick up the AWP and run. That makes sense. So a fourth round for North, and maybe you were right about that outside presence.
I have to be able to have success. I think crucially the other half of that was, we've seen him go outside and get down those stairs pretty safely, all things considered. Some damage taken, not too frequently with losses, but at least now they can get into the bomb site as well. They take Dima. Curiously, that sole defender in that lower bomb site was pretty deep into the site. There was no early warning system as there has been in the past for Spirit, so they couldn't rotate anyone else down there.
Yeah, it's kind of an ungrateful position to be in when you're Dima, because there is just no way you can walk. So either you win the initial fight and maybe even a follow-up fight before anyone can even help you. Imagine if they come through the window, right? Then there's not much help at all.
Then you're just real screwed.
It's actually just not a good position to be in. That's what we figured it out.
Yeah, we could simplify that statement. Up on Davkost. And this time again, see, this is what we're talking about. There's actually jumping out across. This is a different way to attack outside, and Sotvik's being aggressive again, and he's kind of lost in their own smoke wall. I think they realize he's there. KRB gets caught. Double sprayed out for Sotvik. Beautiful. Eventually taken out from door. That's an attempted split towards the upper bomb site, and Spirit now realizes that they've rotated in. The defense is strong at this upper site, and Nico, oh, he's dinked. He could get taken out for free from here.
Yeah, has to fall back through. It's a good recovery from North. I thought Team Spirit would have had that, definitely. But they still might. Flashbang being set up here with a good spray for Nico. In fact, MSL helping out a little bit, I think, with some damage. Gonna try and make their way down. They do make it down the vent.
They're gonna win this round.
Yeah, they look very promising.
How have they gotten out of this one? Dima gets caught looking the wrong direction, just gets a little bit confused. If they're going to go for this, they need a pick. It needs to happen now.
Davkos has a Molotov to clear out that position, but he still needs a teammate coming from the other side. So yeah, there's the Molotov. That should set up maybe for one kill. He's going to go and look for it again. Oh, Valda staying alive, dodging the fire. That's kind of incredible, and I think that was the only chance, really. Coldy will drop, and Davkos going to have to run away. So 5th round for North here. Started to wake up a bit.
I can't believe Dima just kind of lost track of the fact that the door was open and just kind of backs up into that choke point. That is a huge blunder, a huge mistake. Gives North the opportunity to dive down those vents. So much like Astralis earlier on, it's scrappy to start this out with a slow start on the North, but they're finding ways to win these rounds.
You know,
this is the kind of play the desk has talked about, and players always talk about, that are so awkward to have to go. That one from Sotvik where he jumps through and he's on the other side of red box and he jumps back through right at the perfect timing. Just very, very strange.
And and
there's no way to read it.
Yeah, there's no way to read it, and there's no backup for him either. I mean, normally if there were more people out there, there would be flashes going up into the sky that could help him out. There'd be someone AWPing behind him. Like, there'd be something else to signal that there was some craziness coming, but it's just him. It almost worked. It was quite a good play from him.
I think it did work. Yeah, all things considered.
So, timeout being called and counting down now. You know, Moses, I got a text from my wife saying that when we're on camera, you should sit still in your chair. So
I was dancing to the music.
Oh, all right. Well, it's been noticed.
All right.
Just forwarding the message.
You know what? Oh, no. Never mind. Molotov coming out. Coldy. He's jumping on top of the hut. They're coming out the door, though. They're actually already out. AZ's the only one into the open. There's that first kill, and Coldy now actually alive in all of North. They haven't been able to make any progress in this fast upper hit. Now he's assassinating them from behind as they try and go down the vents. And unfortunately, I think the bomb fell down the vents on that kill, so Nico's at least going to get the plant.
Yeah, they could maybe do this. I mean, they've got quite a few grenades left. The problem is Nico's so low back there. There's actually no HEs or Molotovs to clear him out. That's really interesting. Team Spirit, this retake, this is going to be a weird round. You can already tell. There are 3 of them retaking from one side of the hallways here. They flashed themselves as well. I don't really know what's happening anymore. I feel like this might not work out in their favor. They're all coming in from one side. They should have the advantage, but they seem so confused trying to get in towards this bomb. They get the headshot on Valder at least. That's a good beginning. And now I think they've smoked up the bomb. Oh, one showing there. KRB can't get it in time. Great read from Spirit after all, but that looked like it was going to spiral way out of control. A good job on them.
Oh, Valda got picked off so early. I think he was prompted to be aggressive because the bomb is planted on the other side of the silo. He couldn't actually see it, so he had to try and have impact before they actually made it into this site. That's unfortunate. But yeah, despite the good start, again, remember last round it was Sotvik with the double kill. This time it's Coldy with the double kill. And they almost let that one slip away as well. 7-5, still plenty of weaponry up.
Most of the money being purchased or being used here from North, so that's a bit annoying to them. They don't want to run out again like they did earlier. That would be a little bit frustrating. And they made their way past this time, nobody getting peppered through the smoke, so I guess that's a kind of victory for North right now, just getting down to secret without losing half the team. It's good news.
This one might be tough, though. Dima's already in position, as you can see. The other players, actually, he's the only one there. Dima's got to do so much. There's the first kill. They're wrapping above, and he's caught that one as well. Sotvik gets down here quick enough. The Molotov going to force him away, but the smoke perfectly timed. This defense is beautiful from Dima, and I think they're going to be able to hold on.
Yeah, what a great job. Marcel trying to sneak out of his position to be a bit more relevant, but he gets caught in the middle of it. And Kirby wants to see if he can get more done. The flashbangs are so good, though. And Team Spirit not losing a single player yet. AZ going to be in a 1 versus 5. And with that door even being open, I mean, not an angle you can really find at. D with a quad kill and a beautiful defense. You don't see that every day.
No, you really don't. That was, I mean, it stalls everyone out from North. No one's able to hunt him down inside that smoke. It's pretty much 50-50 at that point. Maybe a little over-eager and overextended on the initial entry from Nico, but from there, Dima buys just enough time for Sotfik to come down from ramp, and that's a really good hold from the two of them. Another tactical from North. That's 3 in this first half.
Yeah, I guess they feel like they need it right now. Maybe the CT side is going to be different. Of course, you can fight your way back, but I think North are feeling quite a bit of frustration in not being able to break Team Spirit. Break the Team Spirit? I don't know.
It's not bad. Use a little polishing. I feel like you kind of stumbled into that accidentally. And like last second you realized it.
Yeah, and I wish I don't know.
Noticed it beforehand so you could kind of build it up a little bit better.
Yeah, but it also felt like it was slightly lame because, you know, it's one of those things.
Well, you know, op out on Dav cost. Here we go. Looked like North wanted to be a little bit faster paced towards the inner bomb site, maybe going for some timing explosion. Fully bought up into this. MSL popping a flash towards the ramp room. No one outside this time. North is going to have to go towards ramp room or upper, and it looks like Valda and Nico ready for those upper Molotovs.
Yeah, that could put some pressure on SDY. He's immediately ready for the smoke. That's so fast. Great defense. Sotfik spraying down 3 players. Absolutely no entry for North whatsoever. Shut down there through the squeak door, and it doesn't really matter where they go. It's a beautiful, beautiful setup. Team Spirit really impressing everyone right now. Sotfik with a quad kill, 9-5 in favor of Team Spirit. Now moving into round number 15, and North struggling to find out what's even going on.
If Sotfik got those 3 kills through the smoke, I'm going to be so sad for North. No, okay, spot 1, they're fighting in the flames. They use their smokes on the choke points to block it off, and that makes it so effective. Taking health away as Sotfik kind of swings out wide. 9-5, so Daps, you, and Chad, predictions are out the window.
I predicted Spirit to win, so...
Oh, he changes his tune.
I got it.
You little rat.
MSL trying to regain a bit of warmth by the fire. Always a nice thing.
S'mores?
Yeah, you can't have any of those, Moses.
I know.
Oh, I loved it. Grenade just chasing MSL further down the hallway. You can have an avocado if you want. Fix you up one of those.
Love avocados.
It's good. Bit of a failed grenade. We do love Xenos as well, but didn't really matter. There was no one on the other side. So just keeps on going. It's wonderful. His spray control is great, and that's a triple kill. Very quick indeed. Going to be 10-5 here, and there's no way for North to fight back in this round, really.
What's crazy is this could have been much worse for North. They pulled off a couple of those scrappy rounds very early on. I think rounds 10 and 11 that they won both of those and pulled them kind of out of nowhere.
Sotfik's got 22 kills against the DreamHack Masters champions in one half.
It's so mental, and he just doesn't care.
He's just so ready for it. I love this.
What a half from Team Spirit. Shocking everybody. All right, North. Here we go. Astralis bounced back. Astralis came back from a slow start. They came back from getting absolutely battered by Rogue in the opening half earlier today. Well, maybe not absolutely battered, but... It felt like it at one point, didn't it? It was like 12-7, I think it was.
I was going to say, I think that was way closer than Astralis would have really liked, so...
No, they looked relieved when they got out of that game.
Yeah, I think that's what they were feeling too.
North is either going to look relieved or just crestfallen at the end of this half.
Yeah, this is an 0-1 game, so North could be 0-2 if they can't make it back somehow here on the CT side. A lot of presence in this A bomb site, maybe expecting some sort of rush. That does mean that Yard is pretty much opened up for business if Spirit want to go for it. And the last player for North there on the ramp instead. Sotfik setting up for a grenade into the sky. maybe landing in mini, I guess.
Decoy strategies. Here we go. Wrapping in. Oh, there's so many players here. There's 4 defenders. Oh, thankfully, Team Spirit going to wrap all the way around. They might have just gotten slaughtered if they tried to go in, but Kirby can hear all this, and he's got a new angle. I don't think he's got any support up there, which could be dangerous. It's all on him with this USP. They swing. He gets the first headshot. He builds upon it, all 3. That is so necessary. Kirby steps up when they need it most, and he's at least got North the pistol round. He's got him some breathing room, and he finishes it off with 4.
Man, that turned quite violent. It looked like he was about to pistol whip some of them. They were that close. That was just this is incredible. This is not so easy to do with a USP. I mean, don't get a chance to miss many shots. And just the last one as well. Great job. That might actually give them a bit of confidence.
A little bit of life. You'd like to see him step it up and kind of get back into it. But he had a couple of those questionable duels in the first half where it was like, Kirby doesn't normally lose those. So that's a good way to get started in the second half. Rebuild some confidence for yourself. He's now up towards 10. Tied with Nico. The 2 of them are the top for North in the fragging department.
And crossfire out in the yard, or at least potentially so. No reason to give them many openings. You probably guess they're going to have some deagles. With that, of course, taking down MSL. He just knew that angle was going to be used. Great job.
That is sick. Valda outside now with AZ in towards Mini. Kirby falling back. Excuse me, I think I was just... I don't know why I said Valda. Kirby outside the whole time. I lost my mind for a second there.
It's been gone a while, Moses. I'm not gonna lie. That happened years ago. Something to do with the pie, I seem to remember.
Yeah, that was the beginning of the end, wasn't it? Hazy's close up with the SMG in towards Mini. They're being quiet, Team Spirit, as they drop down. Valda inside the lower bomb site. It is indeed Valda this time. He's got Kirby to have a quick rotation if necessary.
Only 35 seconds on the clock, so at this point there's going to be something happening for Team Spirit. The pressure is on them. Even if they got their first kill, they are not feeling too confident right now. That's a very important spot. I mean, the kill would have been even better. The grenade, oh, he actually did 6 damage to him. That would have been such a beautiful fadeaway. It means Kirby knows someone is coming. They still lose that. Is that a shot through the lore?
Yeah, it is.
Oh my god.
And Demon now has got the bomb planted. This is so nasty, and there's 3 players alive here for Team Spirit, and I think Kirby's got to give it up. I need to watch this round over like 10 different times from every POV.
I just want to see that wallbang deagle shot. That's the most incredibly sexy thing I've seen in a long time. I don't play them.
I don't know if Kirby actually got the kill. There was a player flanking in ramp room. And I think he got up to heaven and maybe wrapped around and down vents, and I think that's how one of the kills happened, because Kirby was hiding behind this box. There was a lot of moving parts to that tactic for Team Spirit, and it worked.
Yeah, it really worked. You're right, we need to rewatch that. Just one by one step at a time. What a round. 11-6. North are going to be so upset.
I mean, that is a sick shot. This is just like...
Oh my god!
He followed him as well the whole way.
That's like something straight out of a movie, isn't it?
Peace.
The floorboard's creaking on top, and he's just down there shooting up through the attic, something like that.
That's some John Wick.
Exactly right. What a madman.
All right. Well, we've got a game now. The rebuttal from Spirit is frustrating for North, fun for us to watch, and strategic as well, which is kind of crazy. Here we go. AKs, 3 of them on the board, 2 SMGs, and there's a few players on the north side without anything. MSL and Nico. I think MSL actually has a P250, but no armor. Saving up as much as possible around this M4 from Kirby, and that's playing in mini at the moment.
So, how does this work out? How can North bring it back now? I feel like the quad kill and that pistol round from Kirby, that's the kind of setup you want, and then it gets stolen right afterwards. They take it back. Valda C-set 75 at headshot range, but repositioning just as the grenade's starting to come around the corner. Now they know where he is, and he's sticking around, and if he stays for another couple of seconds, he's just going to get overrun. Very, very hard to stand your ground on that ramp. That gives a big opening towards this B-bomb site.
And Spirit allowing Davkos as well to kind of make space for them. Now they've spotted where the M4 is. That's actually pretty decent damage in SDY and Dima. That actually might scare them from going into that lower bomb, so that's going to force them back 35 seconds. Now it's going to get a little bit more tough. Sotfik is hoping someone's going to push to this door. It's not going to happen. He's going to come on spots. Nico finishes off that kill, looking towards vents. There's the response. Finds himself one more. Almost spins for a third. He is on point, Sotfik, and he's got his team cracked open into the upper bomb. So that's 12 rounds for Spirit, and Caribbean can't fight.
Sotfik's really been around for a long time in the global offensive scene. I remember seeing him for quite a while back. So
not like this.
Not like this, that's incredibly exciting, isn't it? Imagine that if you could sort of explode your career in the CIS region, maybe especially by having a performance like this early in the major.
Yeah.
24 kills right now on him. He's doing a great job. And North are going to be down now 6 rounds. Kirby trying his best to hold on to the M4, which he's doing a great job at, you've got to say. And the other people are running the other way, so, but still, it's going to be 12-6 here, favoring Team Spirit. So close to going 1-1 in the group and defeating North. Huge.
Uppercutting North. Not even a defeat. This would be morale shattering.
Just a shot straight to the jaw.
Yep.
Brains all rattled.
Imagine winning DreamHack in Stockholm and then having to start 0-2 and having to kind of claw your way back. Although, if I remember correctly, didn't Cloud9 start 0-2 at this stage, the major last year?
Yeah,
that was. Remember the Challenger or Legends? I couldn't remember which stage it was they went.
Yeah, I think it's like the only time that's happened, right? So,
well, that they've come back to win the whole thing.
Yeah.
It has happened that teams recover from 0-2 to win the group stage. So, regardless, Coldy's going to open things up. There goes the M4, and he just says, let's not deal with that this round. That's no fun. Hazy's going to have to go try and recover, but Sotfik's out here, only with an SMG.
Yeah, but they don't really have anything else, do they? Just no armor, and I guess the USP somehow wins that fight. Cool, I guess.
Logical. Oh, nicely done from AZ. He doesn't even take a point of damage. Here it comes right at the door again. They're going to block off Mini. Dima's going to lead the way. Molotov up the vents. They have to realize that, at least for now, their passage is stopped. And MSL with the USP now. Dima's got to realize one's in there. Very tense situation. Colby's taking out his teammate, and that's confusing from behind as well. The CZ and trades coming in. Expensive for Team Spirit, but they should be able to contain this.
Yeah, absolutely. And the fact that AZ doesn't have any armor, I know he got the first kill with USP, but he really can't keep going like this. And they're going to smoke him off as well, just to make it extra annoying for him. Might as well just try and go for it. It would be a big turnaround if you win the round like this, but got a crossfire set up, and that's going to end him 13-6.
North, at least, I mean, this is really like silver lining scenario, but they've at least done a decent job of limiting the money. Caribbean got those 2 kills at the end of the last round. They did decent damage there, 3 frags with just USPs essentially heading into this. So they've done what they can. Now the economy is easier to manage on the offensive side of things, on this T side, which Spirit is on, but any little bit's going to matter at this point for North. And MSL, he's got his gun. The Big Daddy is back.
It's going to have to make one hell of a difference in this game. They're so far behind right now, and Team Spirit seem incredibly well prepared for Nuke. What a map to have lying around that you could certainly pick against a team like North and just make it look great. Bit of a missed opportunity there. I think it was Coldy peeking against AZ out there, so it could have been dangerous. Now MSL has made his way back here. This is exactly how Device would op on this map, in fact. I think MSL did say that, you know, you were going to watch Device's demos, and this is pretty much how he'd play this position. Does get forced back around the corner, and Sotfik wants to follow up, and again, he's probably someone they have to worry about in this game.
Be huge if he could win this battle. Baits out the shot. They know where the off is. AZ's ready for this as well. Goes for the spam. Coley's exposed. He wants to peek out a little bit more. Nade out. Dima going to take the brunt of that. And actually AZ not even aware of the possibility that he's gotten out. Now Nico in so much trouble. And Volda has to rotate over. He's the next up for support. And Team Spirit is taking their time with this hit. That might allow Volda to get into position at the right moment. They're being silent.
They smoked that high ground though. Valda goes down. SDY takes down Nico. That's a bold call if you're Spirit. Once you push in through the squeak door and you're out on the floor of that bomb site to call the pause there, it works out perfectly. And MSL getting a parting kill on Sotfik, but it doesn't really matter right now. 14-6 here in favor of Team Spirit.
That is a pretty nasty hit, that slow pace towards the upper bomb site, because it makes Nico so confused and so worried. And I think maybe if they hadn't just gotten kind of battered across this map for a bit, I think Nico would take a few more aggressive peeks and try and figure out what's going on.
Probably.
I think he's kind of been trained by just the fact that they're getting bodied at the moment. The Molotov up top to prevent the help from Valder to force him out in the open so they can't coordinate their attack, and obviously just the beautiful entry.
Oh, they want to go for him. FSL, that flashbang setup, does get the killer back around the corner. They might still chase him down. Flashed again, and the AWP is gone. That's more heartbreak.
They've taken everything away. That is brutal, and now a tough decision for North to make. And I think they have one more timeout, but remember, they used at least 3 in that first half. So they don't really have a lot of opportunities. They're going to have to figure out a lot of this on the fly if they want to make the comeback happen. And they're going to start it out with a light armor and CZs, all 5. Oh boy.
It isn't looking good. North, probably you were expecting to maybe have to struggle a bit to find out what was going on. I don't think they were expecting this kind of opposition. I certainly wasn't. But I did obviously think the Spirit was going to win, so that much is so important.
You're lying again.
But listen, we have video evidence that proves otherwise.
If you had put a pie on it, you wouldn't have picked Spirit. I know that for a fact.
We'll never know.
This is so cool. It hasn't just been, I mean, obviously Softic has had a great game, but I mean, or Softic, a lot of it has been very cool calls and very cool strategies as well. Caribbean, they're going to check him. Oh, they're on point. Dima's not getting fooled by anything. He's not going to give up this lead.
It's actually one of my favorite parts about the majors is just having this kind of experience, because if you put this fight on paper for me and you say North versus Spirit, you say, yeah, well, I don't really know. It's probably not, I mean, this is going to get weird. Am I going to get up in the morning to watch this? But when the major, there's always this happening. You really have to keep an eye on every single game because there's always something weird going on. MSL crouching underneath or trying to see if he can sneak in past, but not really going to get that much done. In the meantime, they've taken up the high ground position waiting for him. They're going to get their revenge out. They actually survives. That's incredible, but they still got the bomb site, and that's what they wanted. Bomb goes down, 5 versus 3.
I was going to say, as long as they keep him away, it doesn't really matter. There's no one to defend. Spirit has the complete map control. They're all over the place, so North can never get into a position, and I think from here, North just kind of capitulates 6-15. And North has been what? They won the pistol round in this half, and then they got shut down in the second round, and it's been all Spirit.
It has. I don't know what that's going to mean. I mean, it could, for one thing, it could mean that no one's going to be playing Spirit or Nuke just because not many teams already play Nuke. And
well, that's the interesting thing is, especially in these BO1s, we just don't see Nuke kind of brought out. So North obviously having immense confidence. That's the crazy thing is to go to Nuke against a team that you don't really know that well. You've got to say, we're just so confident in our Nuke that we don't think there's a chance that they'll be good enough to handle it. And this isn't even the random stuff. This isn't even like the Pug style. We've seen some very cool executed rounds in this from Spirit on both sides.
Right, I agree. I mean, we were kind of painting that narrative just because it's the one that we're familiar with when we see teams out of the CIS region that we don't know too much about.
Yeah.
Or not even just that. I think even sometimes in the Asian region as well. But this has been a beautiful adventure that we've been taking on. Team Spirit, absolutely, I think, must be converting a bunch of people right now to respecting them a bit more. And Marcel got his aim trained on top of the silo. They do at least have rifles on the north side, baby. An impressive run back into the game. But there's been nothing yet right now that's proven to us, and nothing that we can use to say maybe they could build a comeback. They seem very flat.
I've kind of heard that from people as well. Don't sleep on Spirit, and I think all of us kind of shrugged it off as well when we saw them up 13-2 and then lose, or up 12-3 and then lose to Vega the other day.
I mean, the way that they were playing that CT side of Mirage yesterday, we were thinking, well, this is going to be no trouble at all. But dead wrong. MSL taking down Dima, and a good repeat here. So finally they managed to put a halt to the madness for just a couple of seconds here. It's going to give them some room to work with, but there's so far to go. Coldy took down Valda there, but still swap figures left.
That's the big thing is you just, they have to win 9 in a row. They can't make any mistakes. Sotfig just unleashed upon this map as well right now. If he can find one more kill, that's huge. Take money away. Take a third player out of the equation. Make them rebuy. 30 seconds left. Bomb is on the other side of the map. So you might as well literally... I mean, you have two options. You just go in deathmatch and die and just try and take people down, or you kind of save this and don't get any bonus money, and your team has plenty to buy around you after this, or maybe you can drop an AK if needed. And I think that's the route he's going, that latter one of just saving the weapon. Content to allow North to survive with 3. So it's going to have to be 8 more rounds straight for North to force overtime.
Yeah, I think that's...
What was the percentage as well before the game? It was like 94% of people picked North to win this.
94-6, yes.
That's,
and
yikes!
a lot of pick'ems, Moses, are just going to be destroyed, aren't they?
That's so many.
You could hear the 1,000 voices crying out all at once. That kind of situation.
Yeah,
it's not good. Or maybe
that's a whole Obi-Wan thing you just did there.
Yeah.
1,000 voices crying out in pain.
I'm glad you caught that, Moses, the resident Star Wars expert.
Not an expert, just,
Of course, Star Trek is the better universe, but...
You're a loser.
Says the guy touching cookies in the cafeteria just to try and get the feel of it. MSL is going to be getting that, kind of a shot through the side of the container to take Davkos down to 24. A grenade follow-up would be great right now, but he doesn't have one, and maybe there's somebody being called in. Can we get some sort of airstrike? Oh, we almost made it off the side. Cool, Davkos going to win the fight after the fact, so still a 4-on-4.
I think Kirby realizes how close Sotfik is underneath him. Maybe he does. He's taking that battle at range, and he's going... Oh, no, he has no idea. He's making way too much noise to realize that Sotfik is this close. I think Kirby's in for a world of hurt. Thankfully, AZ's there, and so is Nico, saving the day. Yeah, that kind of puts Kirby on notice. You can see him hopped up in the corner just watching for the next entry. Just barely hanging on. 3-on-2. Make that a 3-on-1. And I think Davkos should be going down to Kirby here. Not even aware of the possibility. 15-8 now.
Yeah, starting to get warmed up, but you can't help but feel that it's just a bit too late. It's just, one round where they mess up here North. Any mistake, and it's gonna end badly for them.
I think the nice thing, though, is the way this T-side started... With those 5 rounds in a row that Team Spirit won, a lot of pressure outside, a lot of pressure through Squeaky Door towards Mini, and now it looks like North has, no, it doesn't look like they do. They have the utility to be able to stop that. They have, the Molotov. They've got 5 of them on the board right now. They have the HE grenades. They have the smokes to put things out. So they can at least stop that early pressure. So I think that thing of Spirit kind of going outside and kind of pinching towards Mini with that door, I don't think that's going to work as well anymore.
It's progressively harder to do when the CT side has more grenades. I think we touched on this in the first half as well, but some of those squeak door plays really... You don't want to run into too many grenades, it's not a good time. And you end up signaling it as well, because you have to sort of blow up that door to make that rush work, so as soon as the door blows, they're going to counter with a bunch of grenades. And same for Hut, as you can tell. Instantly with the Molotov, making sure no one's going to be rushing that direction.
Only pistols, so I think we are going to see some craziness here. Davkos on top Mini. I think he's about to drop down. And you could see SDY kind of keeping the attention over there. MSL peering outside, sees the arm, and Davkos now... Ooh, he goes for the one-shot. And a nice little bait and switch of the attention. Davkos is going to turn the corner, gets the tag on Caribou. He's got to win this fight, and he does. Holds the trigger down, and there's that spam through the roof. We saw it in the lower bomb site in a save round to help them win, but I think... Spirit, some cool ideas in this round, but I think they're all spent. Close, as Caribou only has 1 HP.
Yeah, could have been a good find. MSL, first with the AWP, and he misses the chance, so slightly unnecessary maybe. It's not that it's really going to hurt their economy that much, but again, just if you want to make this comeback work, there can't be any mistakes. Dima creeping around on the edge of the silo, took a big jump off there.
And Nico came from behind. No chance. You had Volda at range, 22 HP, and you had AZ behind red box. One of those might have been an opportunity, but good. Nice second kill in the round. Just under 30 seconds. Going to try and pick up that weapon. One more would be huge. I think he needs to die, though.
Yeah. Don't want to live past the timer and end up getting rid of the loss bonus. Oh, a good attempt, but didn't really work out. So 15-9, moving ever closer.
And now I think there's enough money built up as well in the North economy to where they can survive some of those losses in those rounds. They're not going to be too hampered by it. So that kind of a way of grinding down the money from North it's still available, but it's going to take a little bit more. MSL at 800 after the bye, KRB at 450, so there's a couple players susceptible to it. But they've started to really, that last time out, they say the fourth one is the charm.
Maybe it'll turn out to be right this time. I still am very skeptical. I feel like Team Spirit have been looking...
You think they look too good to stop here?
Yeah, it really feels that way. Good Molotov to force AC off, and he's ready for them as they come out, but actually going to switch into the Molotov that gets cancelled immediately. Good spray and a good follow-up as well. Nico helping out with a grenade, so I guess in a manner of speaking, they did come down the vent, Moses. They were all just dead at the bottom.
Yeah, just not entirely how they wanted it to happen. Dima's at least going to get a plant, and Sotfik is going to be in a lurk, but this cannot be a passive lurk. He's got to be aggressive, and KRB's already taken him out. It's Dima. Made in his hands. Ooh, nice headshot. Good recovery, but you're out in the open of every single angle that they're going to retake from. You need to win this, and you do push forward as well. You need to get out of this bomb, so you're going to be trapped. And he's still trying to hold on. 16 HP in the ad. Just too many different places. Had to have gone through that squeaky door to at least take that one-on-one and isolate himself from danger. Nice attempt. But North now in double digits. And it's been 4 in a row. Uh-oh.
Yeah, we're back into another strange position. I feel like the other problem right now is that North might have been feeling it. Like I don't think North would have been thinking, yeah, we're gonna get the full retake. This is gonna be great, and we'll just come right back in the game. But now 15-10, they might actually start to believe it a bit more. Might start to feel more reasonable.
Here's the problem for Spirit if you look across 2 different days. Remember, up 12-3, massive comeback for Vega.
Yeah.
And now you're up what, 15-6, 15-7?
Yeah.
And now North is starting to come back. And at what point do you start saying, oh shit, not again? I think right now, probably.
Right about now.
Yeah, right about now.
We'll see. Smoke goes up to Mini. KRB challenges it. And that was a good idea. The complete shutdown. No trouble at all. Nobody going down on the north side. 15-11. Come on. I mean...
Sotfik had what, 23 kills at the end of the first half? 22, I think it was?
Yeah, might have, I think even more than that.
I think it was 24?
Yeah.
Well, he's at 27 now, so he's kind of cooled off.
A little bit.
Yeah, three kills in the second half.
I feel like you watch a team like the Team Spirit here put so much work into something you almost want to see them rewarded. I had the same feeling with Rogue, even though...
Yeah, you do still, right? You start rooting for him a little bit, don't you?
Yeah, you feel like, come on, like you've done almost all of it. Just need that one last round. It hasn't really been possible. 15-11. MSL looking up towards where Coldie's been playing quite a bit. And KRB down below him in case anything happens. He could try and swing out and help out, so... Going to be actually walking all the way inside. And Team Spirit lining up for the same wall of smokes that we've been seeing pretty much all game long. There's a little bit of a late smoke the first part of it, but it does make it there in time to prevent MSL from getting any easy shots. KRB waiting for him on the other side. He's going to only get the one, but Sotfik will trade him pretty quickly.
That's a crucial trade as well. We'll see what that forces out of the defense. Nico's still planted in the upper bomb site. Volda's rotated into the lower site. MSL in ramp room. 2 players in upper. So Volda's the one who's in a really big pressure spot. How do you watch all these different choke points? 45 seconds left, and here's the pop flash to come back up. Take the angle, looking for one more pick. That indication is passed over. That information is passed to MSL, who's going to go investigating outside a risky play, but there's still 2 players in upper. If Spirit actually come back and attack this upper bomb site, they could be in for a world of hurt. This is the best defended location on the map for North.
Especially this corner for AZ. People sometimes Molotov this corner if they're coming out of Squeak, but they're coming in from Mini instead. There's really almost no way to do that unless they've been really preparing. 15 seconds left as Valda takes down Sotfik, and they're trying to see if they can make their way. They're running out of time so quickly. Coldie gets one. They try and check the corner, but bombs down. And SDY, the last player left here with 6 seconds, and he cannot win the round. Going to be going down to MSL. 15-12. Very slow played round, but they just couldn't find any of the fights that they wanted, especially in that yard, right? They were trying for so long.
Yeah, they wanted a little bit more, and it's quite smart. North just said, you know what, let's just fall back, let's turtle up, and let's not give any more picks at this point. There was the one trade, just stay, I mean, Valda was defending inside the lower bomb site. MSL very far back in ramp room. 12-15 as North make this comeback. That's pretty wild. Why couldn't they just play like this the whole time?
We'll have to ask them later, Moses. I think you should push them a bit if you run into them in the cafeteria when you're touching some of those cookies out there.
I wasn't touching cookies.
What were you doing?
I was investigating. They were in bags, so it's not like I'm just sitting there with exposed food in my hands.
Okay. What were you getting out of it?
Wondering if I wanted one of the cookies. It was, you know, fighting off that urge of being unhealthy. You could learn a thing or two.
Yeah. Listen, I don't...
Do you have the same thing with tuna pizza?
Yeah, it's very true. I do miss that. But at least I don't go around feeling up the cookies. I feel like you're trying to explain this away, but it's never gonna actually sound good.
I don't know. Yeah.
Let's see how this round goes. Round number 28. Team Spirit. All the time they've been on the edge of winning this map. It would be a massive victory for them. We can't really, I think, overstate just how impressive it would be if they could take down North here in the best of one on Nuke. And yet, that's exactly what they've been doing through this whole game. Now, they just need one more step in the right direction. Valda holding here on the ramp, ready for someone to walk into his crosshairs, and that's going to be Dima offering up his own face. Not the best start here for Team Spirit, trying for that ramp push now. MSL catching Sophic mid-air. And now North don't really need to do anything. They've got what they needed.
I'm worried, Anders. I think North has shut the door on this Team Spirit. Here's a nice pick. Oh, and AZ gives away his location. And you can see Davkos turns immediately to take that fight. 2 on 4. He's got to do it all with the AWP. SDY has the AK and the bomb. Is he going to do that corner? Oh, he looks away. That timing is so unfortunate, but thankfully Kirby is there immediately for the trade, and now SDY. He's got 30 seconds to play with. So many people to find, and MSL is the first and the last. 15-13, an impressive run from North. Backs against the wall, and they've won 7 straight. We said they had to be perfect, no more mistakes. And they've done just that.
I can't imagine how crushing it would be if they see, even in overtime, when that overtime rings in, surely if you're on the Spirit side, you're thinking,
how did we let it get this far?
Yeah, we had our chance and, well, we're not there yet. CZ 75s can still be quite lethal, especially with the speed behind them. See if they can make that part of it work. They seem to be quite quick out in the yard. A couple of counter grenades coming out there, and Dima's already a bit low on health, but they are just rushing right past. A lot of movement. And a fair bit of noise. Sotfik trying to sneak through, but AZ takes him down, and he's going to get immediately dropped.
Uh-oh. Valda, he's in trouble. If this door opens, this could be an awkward fight. Oh, he just got behind the silo. That's huge. They're spamming him, and there's the peek from window. Davkos. That is a huge double dink, and a chance now for Team Spirit.
Yeah, they may finally find a way. There is a grenade that they can throw behind that silo, but there are so many positions for them to clear out right now, and they are going to run out of time pretty quickly. Smoke up there is a good idea, to blocking off the door, and now moving a bit closer. Kirby exposed from the silo, and he's going to get shot at the back of the head. SDY takes him down. MSL and Nico, they got to try and finish this off, but they just can't. They're trying to make it onto the site. Nico, the last one left, smoke is up. He's going to try and defuse inside of it, and there it is, 16-13 as Team Spirit take down North. It took a very long time, and losing 7 rounds in a row, but they complete the mission. And good news on them.
When all else